Let's do this. All right, welcome back. The match we're gonna analyze today is Daigo versus Momochi from Stunfest 2015. It's the grand final. I remember Stunfest. To give you some context, it's a tournament that was in France, that was held in France, and basically all the good old school players always go there. It's like a gathering of old school Street Fighter 2 Turbo players and like retro gaming in general, competitive retro gaming. That's what Stunfest was about. I don't know if they still organize it this year. It's not gonna be here. It's not gonna be there, of course, because of the COVID situation. But it was very hard for us Italians to go there. But the guys that went there were the true OGs. I remember we have some very good Italian 2 Turbo players. Shoutouts to Biollo and Spinal Blood, most importantly. And Stunfest was like a classic. All the good players were there, even for modern fighters. And Daigo Momochi, in 2015, they just played one of the best Street Fighter 4 sets, or like the best Street Fighter sets in general. So that's what we're gonna analyze today. Let's go.
It looks like it.
I think he doesn't want to deal with the Cody.
So the thing is,
Daigo brought it back to 2-2 with Ryu.
Ken is an historical Momochi pick. Like he played a lot of characters. He played Cody
Over him with Cody.
and other. He played Akuma in Vanilla, but he stuck with Ken for the longest time. So it's like it was his main.
Well, this is a run back.
As I said in Momochi vs. Mug, a more offensive oriented Shoto, but in Ultra, Evil Ryu was the best Shoto. So Daigo was playing the best Shoto possible. This set was godlike. He just comboed off a counter hit overhead. I didn't even know it was possible at the time. He tried to beat the dash forward with crouching medium kick into Tatsu. So, an important tidbit of information here. Ken's DP in Ultra, there were multiple DPs that could do that in previous iterations. Even Seth, like Seth had an option select. It was a crazy option select with the DPF ADC, where if it hit, he wouldn't cancel it. And if it got blocked, he canceled it into focus cancel, so that he didn't have to waste bars, to waste meter if it didn't get blocked. And it was insane, but it got removed in Ultra. Akuma's DP was not hit confirmable anymore. Ken's DP was still hit confirmable. So basically, you could do Ken's DP, watch if the second hit went through or not, and cancel it to be safe. That's what he did here. He did 2 hits, look, 2 hits, didn't hit, focus cancel to be safe. This is the classic zoning, the Shoda zoning. This is basically the classic. It's Evil Ryu instead of Ryu, but basically Ryu got obsolete the moment Evil Ryu got released, because he did everything that Evil Ryu could do, but worse. Evil Ryu was so much better than a regular Ryu. There was no reason to play Ryu in Ultra. Nothing to say here. They're warming up. This was a grand final, by the way. Feeling each other out here. Crushing mediums and fireballs. That's basically the Shoto way. Look at the patience here. They're respecting each other so much. So this thing here, you may not recognize it. Look. Man, I love doing this. Look at this. Let's see if he does it. This is a Kara fireball, and only Ken could do it, other than Sagat, of course. Look. Did you see the teleport here? This is called a Kara fireball. Basically, it was canceling a forward medium kick into fireball to cover more space. To occupy more space on the screen. Ken could Kara everything. DPs, fireballs, throws. He had a huge Kara throw. It was the basics. Knowing Karas was the basic thing to do with Ken. Kara throw was like everyone could do that. It was really easy to do. But Kara fireballs were a little bit harder. Look, still doing Kara fireballs. He had even Kara focus. Because he had like the worst focus in the game. So he could do Kara focus to cover more range.
Again, you're seeing he's not really trying to contest. He's not looking to get that medium kick.
They look like he jumped from the exact same position there twice, though. I don't know.
He's trying to hit confirm. Crouching medium kick into fireball. Daigo.
Oh,
There it is.
Daigo identified. Oh, and
He drops the combo. Momochi punishes accordingly. So this is Galaxy Brain. Since Ken usually starts his offense with a crouching light kick, Evo Ryu had forward medium kick that went over low attacks. That's why he was so strong. And basically you could do forward medium kick into EX Tatsu into stomp, and it did a lot of damage. It went over throws, it went over lows, it was insane. Every normal Evo Ryu had was insane. And you could do Kara Demon with forward medium kick. Even Evo Ryu basically had everything the other Shodos had in one character. That's why he made all other Shodos obsolete. Except Ken, because Ken was he was a different kind of character.
Wake up.
Oh, better punish than that, surely.
Oh, he had it.
He tried to do dash forward into Tatsu, but it was a very bold read. Akuma didn't have any Karas. Akuma was, yeah, he was a Shoto, but he was such a different beast because he had the Vortex. It was different. He was not a Shoto in the classical sense. He's much more of a Shoto in Street Fighter V. In 4, he was like a setup character. Kara throw, see how long it is? The range. Okay, so look at how deep this game is. This one, you may say Daigo did a crouching medium punch during Ken's string. Why did he do that? That was a ballsy read. Was not. So since Shoto's crouching light kick was very short, what Daigo started doing was medium punch crouch tech. Basically, you would press crouching light kick, crouching light punch, and crouching medium kick, medium punch, or even medium kick. He did it with medium kick too. And you will get, if you got a free frame, like in this situation, you will get crouching medium punch. And if you got thrown, you will automatically tech the throw. That's called a free button tech or a medium punch tech. So this is what this medium punch was. Level 3 focus, big damage. See how short the crouching light kick is? Kara throw once again. Big damage. Try the throw. Didn't work. That was so good, man. This is what it's called. Basically, all the crazy reactions things you saw in Street Fighter 4 were option selects. When you see machine-like reflexes, they're basically option select. So what Daigo did was fireball into FADC to cover the space. And he option selected the FADC. See? He option selected the FADC. The fireball hit, so he got the FADC. If the fireball didn't hit, he wouldn't have had it. There is a particular timing in which if you do it and the fireball hits the opponent, you get the FADC. And you may argue, but he could have had it on block too. But it didn't matter in this situation. Because if he had the FADC on block, he could have just done EX DP or heavy DP to chip him out. So it was a win-win situation for him.
Not with FADC Ultra. I thought it was worth it. I honestly thought it was worth it. Wouldn't have killed, but oh, he could lose this round now.
Possibly wanted to maintain.
Oh, what a conversion from Daigo. Ended up spending the meter anyway. And it was worth every penny.
Kara fireballs. See how much space Ken is occupying here with Kara fireballs. They're basically moving fireballs. He's moving forward while throwing fireballs. There was a Kara focus. Did you see that? He's doing the focus attack and by delaying the medium kick. That's a nice counter confirm. Once again, Kara focus. That's very good. So if you notice a pattern, if you saw my previous video, the one with Smog and Momochi, every time Momochi had a knockdown, he was doing a safe jump setup on Dudley. And it was very ambiguous. But in Street Fighter 4, you couldn't do safe jumps against free framers because there were free frame DPs and Shodos had it. So you couldn't do safe jump setups against Shodos. That was a big strong point for Shodos. They could not be safe jumped. So the only thing he can do as Ken is doing an horizontal pressure. He can't do any setup, any strange cross up, because you will just get DP'd if you do that. There were 3 frame DPs and 4 and 5 frame DPs. You could safe jump 5 frame DPs really easily, like for example Dudley, as I said. 4 framers were a little bit awkward. 3 framers were almost impossible to safe jump. There were some very, very specific safe jumps, but with the introduction of delayed wake up, they were obsolete. They became obsolete.
The technology right now. These guys are reading the hell out of each other.
He's trying to jab to prevent the focus from happening.
It's first strike, parry, spot around.
Kara fireballs.
When Momochi walks into range, that's when he'll use the crouch medium kick.
So this is Galaxy Brain 2. I wish I had
When Momochi walks
the same ability that these guys had. So Daigo did a forward medium kick, which is minus. Momochi read that Daigo was gonna backdash, and he did a forward medium kick to read the backdash. That's insane. I would never think of doing that.
that's when he'll use the crouch medium kick.
And he got it.
When Daigo walks into that range,
That's a godlike whiff punish.
why?
Basic.
And he gets the full animation.
Want anything to do when Daigo walks into that range and he is in control. That's why
And that's it.
doesn't want anything to do with
See what Evo Ryu can do
that's what
of a fireball cancel.
Very rare with crouch medium kick as well, Logan. I don't think I've seen him whiff too many.
This was basically the best Daigo.
To whiff punish.
The unbeatable Daigo.
And he ties things up here. One good piece.
It's either Vanilla Ryu, but the game was young, so it's understandable that it was the best. Japan had the game 1 year in advance. So early Daigo was unbeatable, of course, but it was an unfair advantage. Or late Ultra Street Fighter 4, which is basically this.
he's out.
Escape Tatsu to get out of the corner. Nice chase of the focus. Like the choices these players are making are insane. They know each other so well. This is the definition of a 5-5 matchup. Look at the perfect balance between the two characters. That's a very nice bait. And he does it again.
That's not a full ultra. My days that reached from a mile away.
That's max.
So comboing Ultra 2 of
That just shows
EX Fireball FADC was pretty easy. But doing it after regular fireball FADC was super hard.
Yeah, I guess. Oh my days.
And the grab to close
Everyone
it
knows
out.
obviously you can FADC forward the EX fireball and link it into the Ultra 2. But the normal fireball only works
You
with that
forget
fireball.
that. Did you just see what he just did? Did you see that? Oh wait, you're trying to push me to the corner? I'm just gonna walk forward and just grab you. Ugh. Go. Daigo. An air of arrogance to his play.
Not much to say here. We're zoning each other out.
Started off so confident.
Ken has the edge here
Daigo in the driver's seat.
because of the Kara fireballs.
Himself in the corner though. Daigo going to crouch and medium punch to control.
Wow,
Big combo.
again.
This is the strength of Ivorio.
Wake up.
And this is a big ass drop. Look at the combo here. This is a highly optimized combo. Very, very hard.
All of these
Basically, let me tell you a story.
difficult to land.
So, to make combos simple, there was some sort of a bug. It was called plink or p-link. I never understood how to call it. We called it p-link. Basically, it's P stands for priority. You could make combos one frame easier by pressing a button that had a weaker button. So fierce punch with medium punch, or fierce punch with light punch, or medium punch with light punch. You could make combos easier with that. One frame easier. So you will press almost at the same time. You will press fierce punch and medium punch. But there was no weaker button than light punch. And Evo, Ryu, Elena, and Ibuki had one frame links with light punches, and there was no way to make them simpler. Until one guy, I don't remember who it was, probably a Japanese player, discovered that there was a button that had weaker strength, weaker priority than light punch. And you could blink with it. And that button was the select button. So you would rewire sticks to have the select button instead of your free punches, so that you could do Evo Ryu combos more consistently. And that's called a select blinking. Yeah, priority linking.
Land. Meaty fireball cancels.
I mean, you get
And every Japanese player was using that. When I was in Milan for the CPT, every Japanese player was using the mod on the stick
you to whip, and the punish was just
with the select button.
Take all of that punish.
Daigo moves to a 2-1 lead here in this grand final.
And Hori sticks were better because you could remap buttons with an internal software. With the Mad Cat stick, the one I was using, you had to rewire the buttons.
Overhead. Goes to stun here. Daigo fucking hit again. How on earth did that not stun?
This is all Momochi.
What an answer from Momochi.
What an answer.
Daigo showing supreme execution, tremendous confidence in controlling of his space. Momochi had none of that, wiped that all out with a perfect.
Not interested. What a round for Momochi.
These two are playing out this.
That's the Kara focus.
Anyone else just walk forward and think, oh,
This is very good. He punished the FADC with the X-Tatsu to gain the corner control.
No.
And he punished the escape attempt. But this was still good for Daigo, because he took minimal damage and he escaped the corner. So it was still good for Daigo.
Daigo in trouble here. The
Backing
momentum
off.
has shifted. I think Momochi will take that trade right now.
Significant life lead.
Daigo just standing at a jump range there, almost daring him to throw fireballs. Momochi happy to oblige.
Very rare you see
More
that.
Kara fireballs.
Oh, what a wrong choice.
He tried to punish the focus with a fireball, but it was too late. And now he gets the full animation.
Caught him literally just before.
He has a setup from this, but he's not gonna use it. In this situation, he tried to bait
I thought it was a jumble state.
He caught
the FADC. He saw that Momochi had 2 bars, and he tried to make the DP whiff. But Momochi didn't fall for the bait. And then he gets the focus here. Closing the combo with the DP after the axe kick was much easier.
These guys play all night long.
I could do this all
He didn't want to risk it. It was pointless to risk it with a select blinking.
Tense. Let's go.
So just do mash TP after the axe kick and you get an easy link. 3 bars for Momochi, 3 bars for Daigo. 1 apiece, 1 round apiece. Once again, he's reading the fireballs like a god, man. This is what I was talking about. The thing that the normal that beat crouch attacks. So a crouch attack will come out as a crouching light kick. If there was no throw. And Evo Ryu had a super convenient normal that went over crouching normals. And he gets the stun. So basically, there's a lot to say about this combo. This is like the moment in the highlight compilations. This was basically almost the hardest Evo Ryu combo to perform. There's the Sako loop that's harder than this, but doing this in a grand finals was too much, man.
Hard read on that now.
Let's watch it again. So he gets the stun, and the only way to close this round was with that combo. That's why it was such a godlike moment. So the hard parts, this is pretty easy. You can just blink the crouching medium punch after the medium axe. It was the heavy axe kick, not the medium one. FADC once again. This link here was pretty hard. I think it was 2 frames. Once again, this was the hardest part. He used the select blinking here to link the jab during the second rep. This here is so hard. Into a 2-frame link with standing medium punch into axe kick. This was super hard too. FADC into another select blinking with crouching light punch into a 2-frame link with standing heavy punch. Even if I'm saying how many difficult parts there were in this combo, you have no idea how hard it was to pull it off. And pulling it off in such a big moment, in such a crucial moment in the set, was something unforgettable. And then he has the free chip.
This is Daigo Ascendant. Forget that Daigo you saw.
This was basically Street Fighter 4's equivalent of Ultra Instinct. Yeah, that was very hard.
My God.
And now Momochi needs to take a breather. I remember a part of me hoping that he would switch to Cody, because I was such a big fan of Momochi's Cody. But it was clear that he was not going to do that. Maybe he was considering it at this point. Momochi had a Cody and an Elena. But you couldn't play Elena against Evo Ryu. Evo Ryu won the matchup. So Ken was still his best bet.
And doing that. Momochi's got to be feeling now, I can't do anything wrong. I have to play a perfect game.
And now Daigo just reset the bracket.
I'd like to say it's all reset and it's all even, but it's
He's trying to absorb the fireballs
Daigo's got to have the advantage, but we saw
into
the
Carafron.
last game. You know, Momochi came out with a perfect, so
He tried to punish an escape attempt and he got baited, and now he's in the corner, and now he's doing his own escaping with the axe. That's so interesting. Ken had to burn the EX meter. Evo Ryu didn't even have to do that.
focus range.
Look at that.
Focus range.
Evo Ryu was so strong as a character. Big damage, and he dropped it. Look at the reaction, man. Seeing that he dropped the combo and reacting with an ultra. I mean, it looks impressive, and it is impressive, but there's a little bit of psychology here. So, when you were facing Evo Ryu, listen to me. I remember this because there was Kaino. He was my main rival in Italy. And So I know the matchup. When you were playing against an Ivoryu player, you were always on the lookout for a mistake in this part of the combo because you knew that this, the crouching medium punch link, was the hardest part. And there was like a 40% chance that the Ivoryu player will drop it. So you were always looking for that. Always. So Ivoryu was a top tier character, okay? It was like top 3 in the game. But the execution you needed to play this character was insane. And so you were always scared of dropping the combos. If you were a perfect player, there's no perfect player in the world. Not even Daigo was perfect. If you were a perfect player, the character will be top 1 in the game. But there was no such thing as perfect execution in Street Fighter 4. And even Daigo dropped combos. So he dropped the combo, Momochi was ready, Ultra, and he wins the round. But it was easy to see where the combo will drop. It was very likely that if a drop happened, it would have happened in this situation, in that part of the combo.
After man just got the full combo a minute ago, he was still ready. Momochi, you beat.
Oh, and he gets
Nice frame chop there.
Daigo wants none of that.
That was a random DP.
Momochi was on fire there.
He's always on the lookout for the escape Tatsu. It was so annoying.
Medium DP.
Now 2 bars.
Oh, and he's reacted now.
Nice hit confirmed. He did a delayed crouching light kick.
The adaptation of these two players, though, they're countering and
Oh my days. Walk out Kara.
they're countering each
See, the game was so balanced. Oh my god, the reaction there. The game was so balanced that even a top tier against a mid tier character
This is insane.
looked balanced.
What have I seen?
I could play this game for 10 years and never attain this level. This is incredible
The
stuff.
one fireball. Are you serious? That man, he didn't rock. What? Oh no, that's too good. Obviously, I think he set him up to throw that, but regardless, it looks.
Triple dash into throw.
He's not happy that combo hit.
Oh,
That's a very bad thing. He dropped again.
I told you, stop backdashing after the axe kick.
See how hard Ivoryu was.
Oh,
I don't even know what this is. I forgot about this.
I told
We
you,
need to
stop backdashing
rewatch
after
it.
the axe kick. Back throw lands.
Look, the setup. He X Tatsu in the air. I think it hits as a cross up and then it lands in front. No, it's all in front, actually. But you're getting thrown off because it's usually a cross up, but that was not a cross up.
oh, in front.
Days. Oh, Momochi.
Kara throw once again. Now he's more confident going for the setups
Nice.
because Daigo is not checking them.
Momentum's just completely changed.
What? No.
Daigo dropping combos, Momochi looking supremely confident. He stood still and waited and jumped.
I think this is staged. I think these guys have rehearsed this. Obviously, they know exactly.
The
what
fix is in.
Nice, very nice confirm.
This is the part where I take the throw, right?
Delayed tech
Good. I walk forward, then you do the
and corner control from Momochi. Another Jimmy DP.
back in this round.
This combo here is so hard. There's a double 2-frame link and it's super hard.
First time Momochi's been hit for a while.
Daigo makes it count, full damage on that combo.
That's a break tech.
He tried to beat the crouch tech, but Momochi did a crouch tech. Press the crouching jab.
Meter there just to stop that momentum. I would have thrown those fireballs from there.
He's trying to absorb fireballs and punish with focus.
Oh, nice.
Walks him down with a sweep.
And that's footsies, man. Footsies and confirms.
Reaction. Wrong on his
Nothing fancy about it.
Pixel out.
Just
he was confident.
pure reactions.
Just got clipped. And Daigo with the presence of mind to FABC and extend the damage, winning that round.
Zoning each other out. Nice heavy kick anti-airs.
Great punish. Remember the recovery.
That was very good. Such optimization.
Round speed and DX Tatsu.
So, this is interesting.
Remember the recovery on that has increased.
Basically, okay, listen to this. I may sound crazy, but I think that's exactly what happened. Okay, here comes the big one. So, why did Daigo backdash here? My god, the thing I'm about to explain is so Galaxy Brain. Ken has an option select against backdashes okay? Which is crouching light kick, standing light kick into Ultra 2. That's the option select. If you backdash the crouching light kick, the Ultra comes out and punishes you. And it works against the teleport too, because Ivoryu's teleport sucked. So if Daigo backdashed or teleported away, Momochi would have gotten the Ultra and the Ultra punish. But if you're option selecting, it means you're not using crouching light kick, crouching light punch. You need to be going for the standing light kick if you want the option select. But if you do crouching light kick into standing light kick, that leaves a gap. What Daigo thought was he's gonna go for the option select. So he's gonna leave a gap in between crouching light kick and standing light kick. He's not gonna go for the standard string. He's not gonna go for the true block string. So what I'm gonna do is, instead of backdashing right away on wake up, I'm gonna wait for one hit, and when there's a gap, because he's gonna be using standing light kick, I am gonna backdash on the second hit. That's what happened. He knew it. Look. He's backdashing on the second hit. Knowing that Momochi will go for the option select block string that has a gap in between the lights.
He's jumping in a lot now.
He's feeling the need to try and force the situation a bit more here. There is a considerable life lead here for Daigo. Understandable urgency
I
for
haven't seen him
Momochi.
jump in with that EX Satsu yet.
Serving that meter. That Ultra 2 stopped. Oh, he predicted
And the
that.
confirm.
That was beautiful from Daigo. What a read.
Ivory was the character that did the most damage off a crouching light medium kick.
He knew Momochi was going to backdash there. And he clipped him on the recovery with that crouch medium. Great punish.
And in crouching medium kick into fireball was also a true block string, so
Get hurt on reaction, really.
it's a win-win. Why would you play any other show though?
I mean, it looked like Momochi was just going to 3-0 him, honestly.
Careful. Tact. Careful once again.
Momentum shifting like a pendulum.
You were always scared to play against Ken when he was close to you. He basically had a attackable command grab for how long the careful was. Daigo gets out of the corner.
Great choice of anti-air from Daigo. That's one car. He's landed back.
Set up, lands in front. That's super ambiguous.
Momochi putting the pressure on now. Look at this.
And this, speaking about the option select, this is the regular string. And now Daigo was blocking. If Daigo did the same thing here, backdashing in between hits, he would have gotten hit by the crouching light kick. Because crouching light punch, crouching light kick is a true block string, so you don't have time to backdash. It looked like a simple thing, but there's so much depth behind it.
Daigo choosing not to FADC there. Just wants to drain a bit.
And you need to be an expert. You need to know the game from the inside out if you want to appreciate this.
Momochi's still throwing those fireballs from that full
There was such a balance because on a surface level, even the casuals could enjoy this. But the more you learn about the game, the more you could appreciate
forward again. Momochi
these
with a double
plays.
step kick. Great adaptation from Momochi there. Landed another step kick, and as soon as he hit that, he saw it was typical, but straight for the five.
So it was enjoyable for everyone, pretty much. It was the perfect balance, in my opinion.
Oh, there it is,
There we
Logan.
go.
The more you learned, the more you went back to watch old footage, old replays.
Momochi getting a bit gimmicky here. Good block.
Basically, every time you rewatch the set,
Tasted it again.
you saw something new
Wow, the way
that you didn't realize before. That's a huge punish.
Big damage.
yeah, Daigo is still alive here.
Daigo is still alive, has 3 bars of meter.
Going in.
He's trying to fish for the crouching medium kick, which means death
Nice car throw.
for Ken.
Daigo's back in this round.
So in this situation here, I already know what's coming. I mean, I don't know if it's coming in this specific time, but basically when Daigo did a chained double crouching light punch, the Kara Demon was coming. Because when you're buffering the Kara Demon, you do double crouching light punch. You know what the demon input is? Light punch, forward light kick, heavy punch. He was buffering the demon here. So after this, it was really easy to do forward medium kick carry demon. But he didn't do it. He didn't do it because he knew that Momochi knew, and he tried to go for the anti-jump. Because the only way to avoid it, I was expecting the demon, it didn't come, but I was expecting it. I would have gotten clipped by the crouching medium punch. Because he did the anti-jump. Because usually the way to escape that setup, the double crouching light punch into demon, was to jump back before the super animation. It's the same as Street Fighter 5. He knew that Momochi knew, so he tried to do the anti-jump setup. But Momochi knew, and he just blocked. It's all a game of I know that you know that I know.
No interest in standing up at all. Oh, that's
Once again, the confirm.
he gets caught on his toes.
Never whiff against Evil Ryu. It's
Momochi did so
the best whiff punisher in the game for sure.
A spacing piece like Momochi, the range on that crouch medium, it's just never 100% sure. Great post.
Either way, the hook
Standing medium kick, another god like normal for Evil Ryu. Another DP. That's a big mistake. It's gonna get punished big time. He didn't trust the link. He didn't go for the heavy combo.
Wow, and that's a big turning point. Oh, Daigo.
Once again,
could have altered that, I'm sure.
What a turn.
basically, forward medium kick was the game winner here.
Tournament game from
From
losers
losers.
bracket.
Baited the crouch tech twice. He didn't trust it the second time.
20 out of 10 the last few rounds. Suddenly dropped a combo, and honestly, the way Daigo makes it count just shifted the momentum instantly.
Evil Ryu, definitely not a character that you want to see your DP flying off into the screen.
Level 3 focus, this is gonna hurt. Optimized combo. Tried the delayed frame trap, got tagged by the jabs. Once again, this was the best choice. It may look random, but it's actually the best choice. Because think about it. What can Ken do in that situation? Crouching light kick or throw? Well, forward medium kick beats both.
Wake up!
Forward medium kick, what are you saying?
So that was the best choice. It looked random, but that was actually the best choice. It was Galaxy Brain. There's a thin difference between random and Galaxy Brain. But in Street Fighter 4, you could see it.
Dashed into the medium kick.
This is Daigo's game, probably. Yeah, nothing that could have done. Nothing that could have been done in that
Out
situation.
of the way in time. Daigo Umehara moves into tournament point here. He
This is tournament point for Daigo.
Sunfest 2015.
Daigo is looking like a beast right now.
Momochi is going in, man. You can almost see
After that
the rage in Momochi's gameplay.
Daigo with the response.
But he's overextending a lot, so he's getting punished. Once again, try to bait the DPF ADC on Wake Up. Because if it whiffs, you can't cancel it.
That's too many times. Too impatient and Momochi.
Try to bait again, but it was a little bit too late.
Oh, Daigo's
Kara throw.
the jabs in between into the throw.
Momochi saw that Daigo was walking back, and he woke up with crouching medium kick. Like, it looks... This is another thing that looked random, but it's not. Because if you slow it down, these guys have godlike reactions. So for us human being, we have to slow it down. If you slow it down, you see what's happening. That's the Kara throw. See, he does this. You can see, you have all the time in the world. If you slow it down, you can see how Momochi could react to it. So it wasn't random. It's just that Momochi is much faster than the average player. So what we are seeing is slow motion. That's what he saw. And so it was easy to understand the decision making in this situation.
Into the throw.
Wake Up crouching medium kick.
Wake up, crouch medium. It's been so legit.
Oh,
One more hit for
that's
Daigo.
him with a sweep.
Good
Look at how tense it was. And once again, the forward medium kick capitalizing on the crouch dive. Because in this situation, let's watch it again. In this situation here, what could have happened was Kara grab. Because Evil Ryu had a Kara grab too. Or forward medium kick. So what Momochi did, after getting Kara grabbed the first time, he was scared of another Kara grab. Because Daigo showed him that he could do it. Look. Kara grab range. Gets stacked again. So Daigo's like, Momochi's stacking in that situation. Look what he does here. Same range, Kara grab range. Goes for the anti-crouch stack. Forward medium kick. Into the X stack too. And he capitalizes. And he wins the tournament. And that's how he won. Alright. This was my analysis of one of the best sets in Street Fighter history. I hope you enjoyed it. And see you next time.